My name is Felicia Vreeland, and I live with Hodgkin's disease. I don't use the term survivor because I've had a remission failure, and I don't think we survive cancer. I think we live with it and everything it does to us. I have two Arabians. This is a Godolphin Arabian, and I have a Sunni Arabian over there. We don't ride them much. I never put a bit in their mouths because I don't really think that that's my place. I ask them if they want to go for a ride, and if they do, we do. And if they don't, we don't. Mostly they're like big dogs. They're just wonderful, wonderful animals to smell, because they always smell like horses. And they love you, and they're trusting, and when you have a 1,200-pound trusting animal, you feel like you did a good job. I have a completely different outlook on life, something that people don't realize about people who have had any kind of terminal illness is once the guys in the white coats tell you that your life could end, you look at it so differently. You see a leaf fall and you notice it. It's Fred, and Fred is one of our rescue dogs. People tend to dump dogs in the country thinking they'll become Jeremiah Johnsons and be able to feed and clothe and take care of themselves, but they can't. And Fred came to us at 45 pounds in horrible shape. We thought he was about 30 years old and going to die any day. And we loved him and nurtured him, and this is Fred. He's our best friend. We've never had anything stolen from the property. And sometimes there's up to 5 to 7 dogs here. Sometimes there's 1 or 2.
This is Salsa. Salsa is a rescue dog. She's about 3 years old, and I don't know her background too much other than her health history, and she has been the most loving, sweetest kid in the world. She just wants to be loved, and we're loving her right here in this house. Salsa, say hi. Hello. We named her Salsa because my 2-year-old granddaughter says Salsa, and she gets this big smile. And we were going to get another dog, and we were going to name it Beans. But we decided 1 dog right now is just enough for her. So we're really loving her, and I think she's found herself a good home because she makes herself at home on my sofa. So she obviously was allowed to sleep on somebody's furniture. The one thing I always tell people when they get diagnosed with cancer, that whoever their doctor is, their oncologist, the one who's treating them, you literally become married to that person. One of the things you feel is you've lost control over yourself. And this man or woman, whoever your doctor may be, he is controlling you. He is the one that says, this is what we're going to do, these are men. Yes, you have choices. But my personal philosophy is that I want to live. I want whatever the best treatment's going to be to make me live, and I will go through whatever I have to go through to achieve that end result, hopefully, you know, a cure or a good remission or something. Say hi, Tequila. You want to dance for us? Da 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 da. Tequila is a condor. It's one of these parrots that you see flying around here loose. Probably the loudest bird of the whole species. The only reason why Tequila is still living at this house is because it's the best watchdog you could possibly have. Nobody can get near this house without this bird screaming. And when I had a previous lab, this one would wake up the dogs, and then the dogs would charge. So that's why Tequila's still living here at this house. Otherwise, he probably would have been stuffed in an appetizer one night, because he is very loud and very possessive. Tequila, you want to say I love you? Say, I love you. You're not going to talk? See how well trained he has me? I love you. Hey, want to give me a kiss? Come on. Kiss. People like to give you advice, and they're well-meaning, but I think that unless you ask that person for advice, I don't think people should come and say, well, I know a doctor, or I know a drug, or I know an herb. You should say, are you interested in finding out about this. And when people approach me and want to do that, I said, just give me the literature. I'd be happy to read it. Salsa, you want to be in here and answer? Okay, sit down, Salsa. Good girl.
Okay.
Salsa is an import of 3 weeks, 4 weeks. She's a rescue dog. And ever since that, she's just been upstaging me and everything. Took her to dance class yesterday because she jumped in the car. She really is very, very clingy and really wants love. And all during the dance class, she was singing. I eventually had to take her outside because she was off key. No, she wants just love like most of us. You have to have a little bit of love in your life. And I think that's probably why when, after my other dog, which I had for 14 years, had to put her to sleep. And yeah, it's unforgiving love. And I always found that dogs were comfort when I was sad. You could sit there and talk and you can cry. And they just sit there and listen. They don't give you any arguments. They don't give you any advice. They just let you vent your feelings and everything. And so, yeah, animals have been a comfort in my life. When you get diagnosed and you realize that a lot of things you thought were important really aren't. You start categorizing what is really important. And what's important are friends that care, family that cares, and you eliminate how you care. We call this toxic things to your life. You eliminate that, and I have. And I would really say the core of my friendships and my family are true, loving, giving people. So to the family members and to friends, support your person, be there, love them. It just might be a call and say, hey, you want to go to the movies? Hey, do you need something? Okay, you're fine. Great, we'll talk tomorrow, next day.
Removing toxic, what was that?
Oh, toxic situations.
Removing toxic situations from your life. Very good advice for anyone with a disease or without.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely. We have a lot of friends and a lot of acquaintances living in Los Angeles. God bless Hollywood. These are people that use you, not abuse you physically, but take advantage of you. And we go along with the flow, and then all of a sudden your priorities change. And you realize that life is important, good friendships, loving, caring people. This is what's important. And you'll hear this from a lot of cancer survivors, or anybody who has a diagnosis. You just eliminate, well, we'll go out with those people because business-wise it might help me a little bit, but I don't like them. You eliminate that. Everything has quality, not quantity.
Quality over quantity. That's the message from Malibu for today. Thanks for hanging in with us. Take care. Have a good day.
Dylan Woods is on a mission to educate America's 76 million baby boomers about a reality that many of us will face. Today, when Dylan appears around the country as a keynote speaker or seminar leader, he combines exceptional life experience with his love for music.
For me, another aspect of this work is with my music, because music is such a healing experience for so many people, and so I try to bring that as part of the seminars that I do.
In his seminars, Dylan helps to educate, support, and inspire those who care for the seriously ill.
So I do these seminars and I write these books, and I try to do things to help caregivers and families and even hospice workers navigate this end-of-life experience from their heart more, from their soul more, because that's where the strength comes to get through it.
Dylan's music and books are being used by thousands of families, caregivers, medical professionals, and hospices around the country. Where Souls Meet, Caring for the Seriously Ill, Questions for Quiet Times, and an album of original music entitled Seasons have brought comfort and insight to patients and professionals alike.